live from beautiful and currently hurricane-free Southern Maryland. It's Fan Man Tonight, and tonight with a special guest host. That's right. Our special guest host tonight, of course, is me, Brie Larson's favorite foot massager, Big Al. Okay, enough of that. I am no fan man, as it is quite apparent. And I just want to thank everyone for coming by to support Big Al Presents guerrilla version of Fan Man tonight in lieu of the Fan Man. Now, I do want to give an update. Last I heard, the Fan Man was out of harm's way. He and the family have decided to go to an undisclosed, secure, hurricane-proof location. And last I heard, they were doing fine. And the Fan Man, of course, was so disappointed that he was not going to be able to share his second favorite Hammer Dracula film tonight with you, which was Dracula, Prince of Darkness. But never fear, I think I have a fun substitute, a little shorter, not quite as spooky. I was looking very much to watch Christopher Lee once again as Dracula in his rewatch, but tonight I thought we'd have a lot of fun and rewatch It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, which is currently streaming on Internet Archive. If you want the link is in the Professor Geek page on the notice for this show. I want to welcome everyone who's here, and I also want to thank, joining me now, if he's ready, I hope he's ready. That's right. My co-host for the night, Professor Geek. Hey, kids. The professor is in the house. How you doing, sir? Please say hi, Professor.
Hi, Professor.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
I have to say, Fan Man, you've really kicked it up a notch. I've never seen you so entertaining and so such a handsome voice as well. I think this is what you do. What's different?
Well, I transmuted into an entire different physical form. A much larger physical form, not much hairier, not as mobile.
Nothing wrong with curves, my friend.
And no, you know, baby got back, and baby got a lot of other stuff too. I do want to say, first of all, thank you for joining me. I did send out a little pathetic, I'm getting nervous, in our little chat. And I just for fun, just see if anybody responded, gave me a rough time about it. And of course, Professor Geek gave me a hard time about it and decided to join me.
Hey, I'm here, aren't I?
You are here, and I am so grateful that you are here. I think it's always better to have two rather than one. Although I was ready, I have some stuff. I'm still going to do it, but like I said, I did want to update everybody. The Fan Man is fine. He has laid upon me the great responsibility of sitting upon the throne of fanitude tonight, and I'm doing it on my channel, so it'll help my numbers, hopefully. But it's, you know, I told him it would save him some hours. Of course, those who do streaming and don't want to pay for it, there is a limit to how much you could do, and the Fan Man and his love for it does get close to that number every month to entertain you, the fans. And speaking of the fans, let's say hi to who's here. Daniel Herron, you were the first one. It seems. I haven't seen anybody else before you, so therefore you are bequeathed first. I'm saying bequeathed a lot. I don't know why. We got Melissa Harris in the chat. Sound engraver. The Monday Night Views is here. Let's see. Casey Scott, of course, with his wonderful hey. We have Chris P joining us, and who else? This thing flew ahead of me. I think that's it tonight. Agent Boomer. How can I miss
a fan man with him?
Oh, we have a fan man? A fan man is in the house, dropping in from the bunker at the home office in Transylvania, Louisiana, which actually was something I was going to bring up later. Some of the weird named towns in this country. And I was thinking about, I'm still going to do it, but I do have a top 10 list, but I can't do a top 10 list because I'm Big Al, and the top 10 is the fan man. And what's creepier than the number 10? The number 13. So I have a top 13 list.
Al can never stick to just 10.
I cannot stick to 10. I am 3 better.
Here are my honorable mentions.
Yeah, and instead of just saying, here's my top 10, and here's a few others I thought of, I had 13. Hey, what is more appropriate than having a top 13 for the show tonight? And since we are speaking about it, and I was trying to wonder where the home office was, and it seemed the fan man has revealed the location from the home office, the hidden bunker in Transylvania, Louisiana. Here are the top 13 horror movies that are being repackaged for Christmas time. Number 13, Miracle on Elm Street. Yeah, see, I don't have If you were wondering, how did the scary sounds play at the beginning? By the way,
they worked. They sounded good.
They worked. Thank you. I just held my Kindle up to my microphone.
It worked.
Take that, soundboard. Take that, almighty soundboards. Like I said, number 13, Miracle on Elm Street, which is going to give you an idea where this is going. Number 12, horror movie repackaged for Christmas, the North Pole Chainsaw Massacre. Number 11, Santa's Village of the Damned. Number 10, The Island of Misfit Lost Souls. Number 9, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Wendigo.
I like that one. That's the best yet. Good stuff.
Number 8, The Gingerbread House on Haunted Hill.
Nice.
Number 7, Santa Claus is Coming to the Town That Dreaded Sundown. Everybody remembers that? We did a rewatch of the Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Remember you loving that?
Number 6, Rosemary's Baby in a Manger.
Oh, there's the line.
Scary. Number 5, Santa's Little Workshop of Horrors.
That's good.
Number 4, I Saw the Mummy Kissing Santa Claus.
That's the best.
Number 3, Here Comes Santa Claus Right Down 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Well done.
Number 2, Silent Night of the Living Dead. And the number 1 horror movie being repackaged for Christmas. You got me a little drum roll there, buddy?
Hang on.
Number 1 is Children of the Corncob Pipe and a Button Nose. Thank you. That was my humble attempt at a top 10, of which I couldn't stop and did 3 more.
Well done.
Thank you. I had fun doing that one. I had a lot of fun trying to come up with those. Creative exercises are always a fun thing for me, and I like throwing odd things together. And I thought
kind of jokey kind of Either
Yeah,
alliteration or puns. You're good at that.
puns. I love a good pun, and and like I said, there are a lot of great Christmas horror movies out there, and I just thought, there's room for a few more, and just throw them into some other things. I think the first one I thought of was Silent Night of the Living Dead, but and the rest just kind of poured out over a while. The last one I thought of was the North Pole Chainsaw Massacre, because I wanted 13. I had 12, and I was like, I gotta have 13. If I'm going to do a scary number, I gotta do the number 13.
Oh, for 13. Okay.
Yeah, I had to be. I had to be. Like I said, had to be different.
You could have tried a little harder on that one, but
Oh well. I could have done. I could have done top 31. Speaking of the top 31, if anybody remembers, wants to go to my Facebook page, Big Al's Review-O-Rama. A couple years ago, I did the top 31. I called it my 31. What did I call it? Frights. Favorite frights. 31 favorite frights. That's what it was. Oh my God, it's right. You know what? And the scary thing is, it's sitting right in front of me. And I could not remember the title because I didn't ever write. I don't think I ever wrote the title of the thing.
Nice.
But I kind of wanted to, I was going to talk about horror movie recommendations, films that some people, everybody knows Friday the 13th. Everybody knows Halloween. Everybody knows, Freddy and a whole slew. And I was trying to think, what are a few Halloween films that some people may not have heard of or are kind of special to me and might want to watch. And I just wanted to share a few. I'm going to give you a few moments to maybe share a couple of horror. I want to say horror films, but you're not a horror film kind of guy. But I will say Halloween viewing options for
Halloween viewing options.
For our more skittish folk out there.
Skittish folk.
Well,
I do love, and we're gonna watch some of it on my channel soon. With Sleepy Hollow, Disney Sleepy Hollow, and Halloween Tree.
Yes, we are.
But I really love, if anybody has Disney Plus, the Mr. Boogedy movies. These were made for the Disney Sunday night movies back in the 80s. And it had, I forgot the actor's name. John Astin actually has bit parts in them, which is really cool. But what's the guy?
Gomez.
Yeah, and what's the guy that played Stanley in the It miniseries? The adult.
The adult Stanley
with the mustache, the kind of
Richard Mazer.
That's right, Richard Mazer. Yeah, he plays as the father. And it was this little town. This family goes to this town in, I think it's Salem, Massachusetts, where they go to settle there. And he's like, runs a joke shop, but the house they buy is haunted by the ghost of this pilgrim preacher who went mad and everything like that. And they have to kind of exorcise the ghost or whatever. And then there's a return. There's a bride of Boogedy as well, in which Boogedy comes back and tries to get the wife for his own and stuff like that. Really fun. I mean, they're Disney movies, and they were on the Disney Sunday night TV channel, so they're TV safe. But they creeped me out as a kid, big time. But fun kind of Disney Halloween, right along the lines of Ernest Scared Stupid, which is the best Halloween movie ever, by the way.
Well,
staking my claim in that.
Yes, let's label it Halloween, not horror, because there's a big difference, of course.
I said Halloween. I said Halloween.
I know. I was just clarifying for the audience. There is a big difference.
And since this is Fan Man Tonight, we can go ahead and say that it's far better than anything from Haddonfield. So,
well, I would not go there. I would even. Well, you might go there. Even I'm not going to go there because I will say. Well, I think it was 2 years ago, or when we did Halloween, a rewatch of the original John Carpenter's Halloween 1978, and it was only the second time I had watched it. And the first time I had watched it was about 5 days prior to prepare for the rewatch.
Oh, wow. That's right. I forgot about that. I
am brand new, and I was immediately enthralled by the film. I loved it. I just absolutely loved it. And because the Fan Man had talked it up and down, sideways and diagonal. And I was like, okay, let me try it. For some reason, it always resisted it. I don't know why. It's one of those little things I get in my head, very Andrew McCarthy-esque kind of an idea. Some reason, I don't know why, I didn't want to watch it. But I was like, for the fan man and for the people,
For the people.
watch it. For the people, I'll take that bullet. And it was a bullet I was glad I took because it was just so wonderful. But yeah, I want to share a few films that I like. Like I said, a lot of people know I love the Universal Monsters. Of course, I have the iconic Universal Monsters page on Facebook. Please, stop on by if you like them too. I like them greatly. But when people ask me about like horror films or scary films that I like, lately one of the first ones I bring up is The Witch, which of course I like saying is the Vivitch. The Vivitch, which for those who followed my 31 Favorite Frights, it was actually number 2, only behind the double feature of Frankenstein and The Bride of Frankenstein. So it took both of those films to really beat the Vivitch. But I'll just say The Witch from now. In 2016, it was about a Puritan family who encounters witchcraft and deviltry in 1630s New England. I'm reading from the little thing I posted at the time. The film, and here was my little blurb. The film is less a horror film than it is a visceral experience. The setting is perfect, and the actors, Anya Taylor-Joy, Ralph Ineson, and Kate Dickey, deliver committed performances that convince you they are Puritan colonists. Exemplary historical supernatural thriller, The Witch builds a sense of dread rather than relying on jump scares or shocks. Now that's the kind of film I like, and that's the only one I'm actually going to read about. But I was very proud of that little blurb I wrote, so I just had to share.
You write those well. You write those little mini reviews very well.
I try. When I really concentrate on it, I really try to come up with something that people want to read. Mm-hmm. As a lot of people know, in a couple of weeks we're going to be doing the Blair Witch Project on Friday Night Flicks, one of the fan man's favorites, and a favorite of mine as well. But there is a film that preceded that, which was called The Last Broadcast, from 1998, and it was a man who's filming a documentary investigating the mysterious deaths of the hosts of a public access cable show that they were filming in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And during a broadcast, it was actually a webcast, something goes wrong, and then they find out these people are dead and only one survivor. And this guy's kind of filming a documentary about it to kind of try to do some stuff on it. And it's a found film, and it's kind of it's a documentary of a fake found film kind of thing. But it's if for those who like the Blair Witch Project, but like the little things that came with the Blair Witch Project, like the little history pieces, this kind of incorporates that. So you see what happened, plus you get like all the documentary kind of interviews and things like that. And I really like it. It's called The Last Broadcast. Okay. One I think people have forgotten about. We've mentioned it. We've talked about doing, but I still can't recommend Salem's Lot, the 79 miniseries.
Oh yeah, yeah.
People, I mean, a lot of people seem to sleep on that, and they shouldn't.
Hey, I'm gonna have to step away I gotta step away for a second. I'll be back.
Certainly, you're gonna mute yourself, or you want me to?
I'll mute myself. It's fine. Yeah, I'll just mute myself. I'll be right back. I just got to see to this.
Okay, my friend. I'll just keep reading. And of course, you guys know I love an anthology series. I love short little stories that they can tie together or not tie together. And a few I really like, some older ones like Tales of Terror from 1962, which are based on some works of Poe, sort of. Like they kind of take the Black Cat and combine it with Cask of Amontillado as one, but it's got Peter Lorre and Vincent Price in it. Great, a great film. And there's one that's based on some works of Nathaniel Hawthorne called Twice Told Tales, which from 1963, another favorite, also starring Vincent Price. And of course, if Vincent Price is in anything, it's really worth watching. There was a film back in 2014 that, for some reason, the imagery of the monster became a symbol for gender fluid pride or something. It's called the Babadook. But aside from whatever the symbol has become, the film is creepy as heck. It's about a young boy who's convinced there's a monster from his storybook is real, and his mother, who's tortured by the violent death of her husband, soon discovers her son's storybook monster may actually exist. And I'll clue you in. Yeah, he does. So that's the Babadook from 2014. It's another one I suggest. And another anthology I really like from 2015. It's called Southbound. This one kind of is almost a cyclical anthology. Each anthology story leads to the next, and then the last one leads into the first one. So it creates this little circle. And it's called Southbound because it all takes place on a road that really goes nowhere, but back to, bad things happen. And another one, a little more popular, of course, and another nod to John Carpenter. I love The Fog. If you guys see the original 1980 version of The Fog, I highly suggest it. So that is my few humble suggestions for a Halloween viewing, and of course the professor cued you in on some of him. Seems like he's still taking care of Alyssa. Let me come to the chat here. I haven't been ignoring you so much as just kind of going through some of my my pre-prepared stuff. Like I said, I wanted to do the Fan Man proud. Take a little bit of the Fan Man tonight flair, and like I said, hold the fort down for him, and kind of just not embarrass myself or the Fan Man Tonight brand. And I hope I'm doing all right. And Fan Man says he's out of the job. I don't think so, Fan Man. I'm doing what I can. Trust me. I don't know how you do it every week with some of the things you come up with. Plus, I just don't have like the soundboard that you do, and the flair and the wit. I try, but trust me, your job is greatly in good hands with you. Let's see. Melissa say it was a good top 13. Oh, thank you very much. I had fun doing that. Age of Boomer's working on a top 31 list for his channel. I must have stolen the idea from me. That's fine. As long as you write me a since you're borrowing my trademark, there is a fee. So you'll be getting a bill. No, I'm just kidding. Melissa Harris, reminding everybody that AMC showing Friday the 13th tonight. You can watch it later. I want you to stay here. Stay with me tonight. Everybody, of course, wishing the Fan Man well. Ale in the house, I see, and the professor is putting up the link for my Iconic Universal Monsters page. I appreciate that. I hope everybody will go there. Melissa Harris is recommending a version of Tim Burton's Hansel and Gretel film from the 80s. He did a Hansel and Gretel film? Tim Burton? I don't remember that. I remember Sleepy Hollow, which is excellent, by the way. Another film that came too late. I didn't watch Sleepy Hollow until like last year for the first time. Great film. Another one I can highly suggest, but a little more popular than I think most people. Let me see. Something should be talk about kids getting tested and stuff like that. It's being a nightmare. Um, yeah, okay. Oh, good. Definitely yeah. Chris P agrees about the fog. Yes, definitely. Love the fog. The lovely Adrienne Barbeau, of course, is in it, and it's got ghost pirates, basically, and lots of fog just creeping into a town, and it's just a great, I don't know, sense of dread and foreboding. But and of course a follow up to Halloween. Not sure how what he did between Halloween and the fog. Not really sure. I'll tell you one thing. I always wanted to find the fog novel, the little paperback um, uh, novel for the movie The Fog. If anybody has a line on it for not a bazillion dollars, because I've seen it, but everybody always wants like $40, $50 for a little paperback, and I think that's insane. I don't think a used paperback should be no more than twice what the cover price is on the book. I don't care how popular it is. I was just saying, I mentioned The Fog being being a favorite film of mine, and one that, the lesser known of the John Carpenter film aside from Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wanted the novel of it. And of course, if you look for the novel now, you'll pay like anywhere between $40, and then of course some people get stupid and put $400 on Amazon for it. I'm like, yeah, right. They either don't want to sell it, or they're looking for like some idiot who has way too much money for his own good. And of course, if I won the lottery, it'd be like, throwing a nickel at somebody, and I'd be more than happy.
Yeah.
But I ain't won no lottery, so I'll do that. But like I said earlier tonight, the fan man wanted to watch Dracula Prince of Darkness, Christopher Lee, and he has rescheduled it for, I do believe, next week. Next week he was going to watch Frankenstein Created Woman. Mm-hmm. He has now excised that and is going to watch Dracula Prince of Darkness in its stead. Since Frankenstein Created Woman was originally scheduled to balance out The Bride of Frankenstein, which of course was moved forward in the queue of the Tuesday night Universal rewatches.
It's like
no, it's fine. No, I understand. I'm very cool with it, because you got rid of Jekyll and Hyde, which is fine. Universal like, but not Universal, and you watched Bride instead to show Son of Frankenstein, which we are watching next Tuesday, and there was still going to be a Frankenstein double feature, but Son of Frankenstein is too good to miss. It is a great film.
You were not this okay with it when I first announced that change.
Well, okay, here's what it was. Big Al don't like change.
Nope.
Big Al needs time to get used to things. Daniel Herron asked me to be a guest. I needed at least 2 hours to get used to the idea. I even knew I was going to do it, but I still wasn't going to commit to it until I really had a chance to think.
True.
So I did. And you know this about me from day one when you asked me to take over iconic Maidens and Monsters, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't iconic. First... It was just Maidens and Monsters.
Just Maidens and Monsters. That's right. That's before the iconic days. And I told him, let me think about it a couple of days, because I don't want to commit to something I'm not going to follow through. But when I follow through, because I'm still doing Maidens and Monsters, and I'm still doing iconic Batman, sort of.
Very true.
It's very iconic. Batman's now like Maidens and Monsters. I'll find something and then I'll just throw it on, as opposed to scheduling. Iconic Universal Monsters I schedule.
I remember you were telling me that you were just kind of bored, you didn't have a lot to do, and I thought this would be perfect. Al could really help me out with the podcast that I was doing. I'll invite him on as the co-host. This will be great. It's a perfect fit, because he was saying he wanted something to do. Thought I was going to help him out. He was going to help me out, and I asked him. He says, I'll think about it. I was like,
Yeah,
really?
it's just me.
It's good to be overly cautious. That's true. Better
A
that
a
than otherwise.
a frog jumps. A spider spins a web. Big Al thinks about things before he commits. My social worker asked me, "How long would you need to once you get word that you could get a new place?" And I said, "At least a month,"
Mm-hmm.
which is actually not even. I ain't even joking about that because I would need at least a month to get people in here to get stuff straight.
Yeah.
But the professor's been here, so he knows. He knows how crazy it is in here a little bit.
Much better now, though.
Well, not really. Mom's gotten home and her nest has been built again.
Oh no. I gotcha.
Long story. But yeah, I like to think about it. And like I said, when the fan man asked me the other night, I was like, I actually didn't take as long to think about this for reasons that the professor knows. And I'm just going to say that the professor knows why I jumped and had to do this. One, because I just wanted to. I haven't done an afternoon with Al in a while because of things, just the way things are here. And since I was going to be here anyway, my mind was already preset, so I was already in stream mode. So I was like, sure, it'll just be on my channel. So that's why I am here. But like I said, Dracula, Prince of Darkness with the great Christopher Lee will be next week. And for those of you who got Frankenstein Created Woman, hope you enjoy it. We may watch it one day, but I really don't know. But I hope you do enjoy it. But tonight I thought, man, that's a lot of time to fill, and I'm just not as creative as a fan man, and I don't just, sure, I could go and look up articles or do weird things like I could come up with something like the towns that have scary names.
Mm-hmm.
Now I could do something like that, and yes, we all know Tombstone, Arizona, and Hell, Michigan. And before I go on, yes, I do have a few of these to take up. This was one of my time fillers, and this isn't going to take long. And then I still was like, what am I going to do? And I thought, and I'm going to let you guys start getting ready if you want to join it and watch it with me / us. I don't know if the professor is going to join me or not to watch. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And like I said, it's available on the Internet Archive. The link for the one that I actually downloaded is on the Professor Geek Facebook page underneath the announcement for this stream.
I have it on my Amazon.
Oh, awesome. But yes, but we've got, and like I said, I also got this list when I was going to look at, from the home office in. I didn't know what to put. And then the fan man threw out Transylvania, Louisiana, which was one of them. And I was like, oh, what a great segue I can use. It got Devil's Den, California, Slaughterville, Oklahoma, Scary, West Virginia. Now that would be,
There's a scary West Virginia. Wow.
There's a scary West Virginia.
I thought that was all of West Virginia, but
now, my friend, you live in Virginia. Have you ever been to Goblin Town?
Goblin? There's a Goblin Town in Virginia? No, I've never been to that.
There's a Goblin Town, Virginia, and there's a Goblin Town Road. And there's also a Screamersville, Virginia.
Screamersville?
Screamersville, Virginia.
Wow, no, I've never been.
Yeah.
Maryland. It's a big state.
It's a big state. Yeah, it is a big state. Maryland, much smaller. We only have Accident, Maryland, which really isn't all that scary.
And that's kind of all of Maryland too. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You got Satan's Kingdom, Massachusetts.
Are you kidding me? Seriously? Wow.
Yeah, Satan's Kingdom in Massachusetts.
Wow.
Think about it. Red Devil, Alaska. Bloody Springs, Michigan. Like I said, Michigan, man. Whoever was naming cities in Michigan was weird.
Wow.
Because there's also Bad Axe, Michigan. Mm-hmm. And I thought I had another one. And here's another couple favorites of mine. There's Dead Man's Crossing, Indiana, and Dead Woman's Crossing, Oklahoma. So those are
Dead
some
Woman's
whack.
Crossing, wow.
Yeah, there's a Dead Man's Crossing and a Dead Woman's Crossing, and I thought it'd be funny if they were in the same state, even next to each other. But no, that's just weird. But yeah, so there's Gnawbone, Indiana, Scarville, Iowa, Slaughter Beach, Delaware. Yeah, man, people
Slaughter
are.
Beach? Wow.
Yeah, Slaughter Beach. It sounds like that would be a great scary movie in and of its own too. Slaughter Beach. I'm sure if you look up Slaughter Beach, there has to be a film named Slaughter Beach. Sure. I would hope.
Sure.
I would hope.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be, like I said, I thought it'd be fun to watch the Charlie Brown. You know, it's the Great Pumpkin, one of my favorites, and one that I thought if the professor wanted to join, that he would not shy away from, that he would not deign to be scared of. Are you up to it? Are you up to watching it with me?
I might. I do have to do some schoolwork. So, how long are you going to be on afterwards?
Not too long, but it's only 25 minutes. I mean, 25 minutes? You can't give your old buddy Al 25 minutes to watch Charlie Brown?
Guilt trip. Fine.
Well, I was actually doing that because I couldn't find it in my file. Oh, there it is. I got to queue it up with my thing. So while I'm waiting for this to queue up and hopefully other people to join us and hopefully for you to queue it as well.
Queued. I have a computer that works.
Mine works too. Just my computer's much like me, crippled and slow. So it's very, very appropriate. But I was wondering how your day was in general.
Good. I have Alyssa today. So it was a good Alyssa day. Good.
Nice.
Went over to my sister's house and let her dogs out for her, and while she was at work and the fam was at work and everything, and then took Alyssa out for a salad. And
so we know the answer of who let the dogs out. It was you. All this time. Me.
There you go.
A nationwide craze and an anthem for the Ravens back in the Super Bowl days, and now we know it was Professor Geek who let the dogs out.
It was me.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I actually don't. I thought I had it on Amazon, but I actually have the Christmas one on Amazon. I've got the DVD, but that's not here right now. So, is it available to rent anywhere, or is it
it's Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown?
Doesn't look like it's even available to buy or rent on Amazon. It's just currently unavailable.
Like I said, it's on Internet Archive. Like I said, there's a link, and it's not. I don't think it's a hinky site. It's a lot of older things. It's there. I'm just saying it's there. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying it's on Internet Archive. We've watched Internet Archive before on the stream for somebody. I believe another rewatch. One of the film it was on there, and I haven't heard any issues that someone has had. Some people are wondering who moves to scary West Virginia.
I don't know.
I know a few people who would. South Spooksville, Carolina. Yeah, there's a Spooksville. Yeah, there's some weird. I only mentioned a couple of them. I didn't want to just ramble on for like 30, 40 things, but
Gotcha.
AL says my friends from Maryland called Maryland the armpit of America. How dare them call Maryland the armpit of America? We are America's handgun. If you look at us, we look like a handgun. And I live in the trigger.
It's true.
Yes, it is. We look like we're about to shoot the top of Virginia. About to shoot West Virginia's little top curly Q off. It's kind of fun.
You do.
No, Maryland is American miniature, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. So, yeah, Melissa Aaron's watches anime on Internet Archive. And Daniel Herron, of course, has the best of all. Screamersville, Virginia, is the professor's bedroom.
That's not the best of all. That's not appropriate talk for the Professor Geek if he's going to be a guest on your show.
How dare you, Daniel Herron, say something like that? Okay, well, I'm queued up. Do you have a version queued up, ready to go, or are you going to sit this one out?
I don't even see this link. I don't know what you're talking about. What link? Where?
It is. Do you see where I posted the link for this stream in the Professor Geek Facebook page?
Oh, the Professor Geek Facebook page.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And if you go to that, the first comment is also by me, and it has a link to the Internet Archives.
See, those are the kind of directions that one can use.
Yes, and it was one that I actually said if one had listened.
Yeah. All right. I might get called away. I might have to slip away, but yeah. All right.
Heck, bring her in and let her watch it too. See, that's the beauty of
She needs to go to sleep. She needs to go to sleep. She loves Charlie Brown. She's got the stuffed animals and everything. She loves her Charlie Brown. But
bourbon and Ambien, man. Bourbon and Ambien. Do it every time.
This is why Al's not a parent.
Well, if I was, I wouldn't be a good one, probably. Okay, we're going to watch. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, the iconic Halloween special that, much like their Charlie Brown Christmas, it's like a yearly ritual for many people. I always watch it when it's broadcast, and I'll still watch it when it's broadcast again this year because I like it that much. I'm starting just at the very beginning at about the 000 mark, or if you've got a 1 second on it, that's fine too.
Are you watching on Internet Archive? Or are you watching the file?
I am watching a file.
Did you download from Internet Archive, or is it a different recording?
That's exactly the one I downloaded from the Internet Archive using the Google Chrome downloader.
Got it.
So it's the same one. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, play. I
love fall.
I do too, and that's the one thing I love about this. It's got the colors. Someone really cared to do all the leaves. I mean, and it's not just a whole bunch of yellow leaves. It's like yellow, red, orange. There's different colors in there, and it's awesome.
They even divvied up the colors from this and the Thanksgiving special a little bit more far dawn in yellow and orange and stuff for the Thanksgiving. You can tell it's different. Got that red low hanging October sun, brilliant.
And it's almost there. Doesn't it almost always look overcast? In Peanutville.
Yeah.
I mean, we can tell the sun's out, but it still looks like it's overcast.
See, if Alyssa was here, she would never go to sleep because she's so excited about going to the pumpkin patch in a couple of weeks. Yeah. So this would just raise that excitement up to another level.
I will say, as a kid, I never had a pumpkin this big. And if it rolled like that, it would have exploded, I'm sure. But of course, I got for cartoons. And there's not that weird spot where it laid on the ground.
That's true.
Yeah, the little one where you put it the back and but
yep. Did you ever carve pumpkins in your day?
I did carve pumpkins in my day. I love to carve pumpkins. It was a lot of fun. I haven't done it in, I want to say years, but decades is probably a better word for it.
I've showed you my pumpkins I carved, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do like the design. I'm much more of the faceless like these. Your triangles, circles.
I like to do characters and stuff. Yeah,
right,
I've done a lot of Disney. I'll show them after the rewatch if people want to see them. If you share them, I'll show them.
Oh yeah, I'll share them. That's no problem.
That's Pigpen with all the different holes in it. Or no, it's Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's got all the different holes.
Yeah, it's Charlie Brown. Pigpen's the one with that's
Dust
like
cloud,
dirt, a lot of dust.
One of the coolest musicals I ever played for in the bass in the pit band was "You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown." So much fun to do that show.
Yeah.
The music.
Agent Boomer loves the specials. Asking me who my favorite Peanuts character is.
Wait a minute, let me see if I can guess.
Okay.
Either Pigpen or Linus.
Linus is my second favorite character. My favorite character is Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown, okay.
I like Charlie Brown.
I like Charlie Brown.
He's just, poor Charlie Brown. I feel bad for him. I also like Snoopy. I like Snoopy. I like Snoopy when he's fighting the Red Baron and that kind of stuff. I love his imagination. Did you ever see the original first Peanuts cartoon?
The very first one, which one was it? Maybe. I don't know.
The very first one. It was two girls. One of them may have been may have been Lucy. It's like, oh look, here comes Charlie Brown. Yep, good old Charlie Brown as he walks past them. And then as he gets well past them, they go, how I hate him.
Wow, I don't think I've seen that. No.
That's the first one. That is your introduction to Charlie Brown.
Nice.
He's a kid that these two girls just do not like, and
they don't like him.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it's an irrational thing because he's a likable kid. All he wants to do is kick a freaking football, man. And they never let him kick the ball.
He's a blockhead.
Yeah, he's a blockhead. Now I do like Linus. He's like I said, if you take Charlie Brown out of the equation, I love Linus because of the Great Pumpkin thing, and because that he does what Christmas means speech, the recital of that.
Yep.
And the fact that they still let that on television amazes me.
He recites the Christmas story from which gospel?
It's Luke, isn't it?
I think he reads it from Matthew, actually.
Is it Matthew? Okay.
He might be part of the Luke part too. I need to watch it again. But Matthew and Luke have the nativity.
Yeah, gospel. They have the nativity stories. The others don't. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Luke.
It might be. It might be all right. It's been a while. I didn't watch it since last Christmas, actually. So I need to go back and watch that. Yeah, which I will this Christmas.
I'm sad that I don't know. Actually, I'm sad that I'm not sure.
I think it was Luke, actually, come to think of it.
Well, I'm sure somebody will look it up.
Now, did you ever... Well, how old were you when you first saw this? 30?
I didn't come to it that late. No, I grew up with this. This came out, I think, the year after I was born.
Okay. Gotcha, okay.
I think it was 60. I think it was 66. Let me look. I have the Wikipedia page.
So did you ever actually write a letter to the Great Pumpkin?
No, I was more of a Santa man myself.
Okay.
I wrote letters to Santa and got notes from Santa on
nice,
thanking me for the cookies, written on the napkin that was sitting right by the empty plate and the empty glass of milk.
Very cool.
For several years.
That's indisputable proof right there.
Indisputable proof. And you know what's amazing? You know what's amazing about the whole thing about that?
What's that? What?
His writing and my mother's are almost identical.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Maybe a distant relation.
I know. Maybe, cursive, I was young. Cursive was still new to me. Who knew?
I did receive a call, or I was able to call Mrs. Claus at one point and tell her what I wanted for Christmas.
Oh,
I think
very
it was
cool.
A lady from church or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I always liked. That's the one thing I love about starting in October. You get all the rituals.
Yep, exactly.
You get the dress up holiday. You get the turkey holiday. You get the Santa's coming holiday. You get the ball coming down holiday. And then after that, when you're a kid, Valentine's Day means nothing. Really.
Unless you're young enough to have a party at school and send Valentines to all your friends.
Yeah, to all of them, which is,
Yeah.
Looking back, really creepy. and creates
young
enemies.
Young Al in the classroom, you're all my harem.
Yeah, all of you. I know you all have me. All of you love me. But of course, you get that one person that doesn't give you one, and you're wondering, what the hell?
That's right. That's right.
See, I always did it, and if I forgot anybody, I always kept a couple blank ones, just in case.
I remember in 3rd grade, I sent my crush a special Valentine, but it was from a secret admirer because I was a wuss.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I ever did was like the big bouquet of roses.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was a birthday. Never mind.
The contrast to her own personality.
Yeah,
that's a real contrast there, Luce.
Yeah. I like the concept of the mask with the white, long, flowing robe thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because you all look similar. You're all the same group, but you can also use the face. It's all in the mask you wear.
It's also an animation cheat.
Oh, of course, but still, I like the look, but think how practical it is. Kids out on Halloween night, you want them to be safe. Big white sheet. People are going to see that.
If it can hide ET, it can hide anybody.
There you go. Oh my God. Okay, well, then does that make ET a Halloween film?
It does.
Think
if
about
Die Hard's a Christmas film, ET's a Halloween film.
Which it is not, by the way. See, ET just happens to take place at around the Halloween time for one night. Oh, see, this is my favorite Snoopy.
My camera's gone all fuzzy, so I'm just going to take it off until we're done with the rewatch. It's always weird watching somebody watch something else anyway.
Cool. Angel Boomer loves Peppermint Patty. She's totally, you're totally not her type, though, I would believe. Or is that?
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
I don't buy that. No,
I will tell you one thing though. If any of them are, it's those two.
I think that's just an example.
I don't get it though. I don't believe it personally.
That's just modern ideologies trying to read things into the past so they got a leg to stand on. So
exactly. Torque Glade, Linus is his favorite. Something about being compulsive neurotic that appeals to me.
I like Linus. There's a great there's a story in the Yorga Man Charlie Brown musical called Book Report, and they actually animated it with these classic characters and everything. I'll show you the link. It's really fun. I show it to my students sometimes, talking about writing styles of writers and procrastinators in class.
Yeah, David Harris is back at college. There was a hot redheaded girl that called me Special Agent Snoopy. I called her Red. Never knew her real name. So Torgay got a note from Santa and Rudolph. They left me a lump of warning coal. Well, as we know, if Santa leaves you a lump of coal, he leaves the wrong kid that, they'll put a hit out on him. According to the new movie Fat Man with Mel Gibson. I don't know about that.
I'm not interested in that.
Dan Harron, of course, says Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I humbly disagree, my friend.
And also not so humbly.
I will leave it at humbly. I'll just say that. H. Brewer says Peppermint Patty's his favorite because she has a gregarious personality. You're right. She is a very outgoing friend. I mean, she'd be a great friend to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Always like, hey there, Chuck, you know.
She's got a thing for Charlie Brown, though. She has a crush on him.
She does, yeah. Is it that, or does she like being one of the boys?
She has a crush on Chuck.
but I will say this: she'd be the one to call you Mike all the time instead of Michael.
That's true. That would drive me crazy.
Hey there,
Don't like
Mike.
that.
But I do love Lucy's outfit. I love the green mask and the hat and the witch's hat with the white.
It's so embarrassing to have to ask.
And I like how the one has the little coonskin hat on.
Yeah.
I will say I did
Davy
when I was a kid. Our church had a Halloween party. Well, it was in the church hall. I don't know if it was the church doing it or not. But I dressed up in a sheet with a baseball hat, carried a bat around, and said that I was the ghost of Babe Ruth.
Nice.
I was very proud. I was very proud of that, actually.
Senator was talking about the jazz chords. They're so great. They are. They're so good. They play through the whole thing too. I mean, you got a different kind right now going, and we played a little bit. There's a little snippet of Linus and Lucy, the theme that goes through in the You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown musical show. There's a really cool jazz walking bass line that it starts out supper time for Snoopy. I love playing that. That was so much fun.
Yeah. Daniel Hare and Age Boomer are having a little discussion if Peppermint Patty's bossy and Lucy strikes Age Boomer as the bossy one. I gotta go with Age Boomer on this one.
Yeah.
Lucy wants to be in charge. She's the bad girl.
Yeah. Peppermint Patty's just kind of a fish out of water.
Yeah, I think she has good intentions, but she's kind of a little snooty.
Lucy? I don't know about those good intentions.
Well, she does offer people psychiatric help. There's got to be something there. I love this.
Snoopy.
If ever I'm sitting on top of when I was a kid, sitting on top of something like a doghouse or something, I'd be like, I would be like, I would have my little Snoopy moment. I got to get myself like a pair of the aviator leather helmet with the goggles.
Nice, yeah.
I think that'd be kind of and the scarf. Get that in a scooter, and then get like a red scooter and put like the Red Baron symbol on it.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if people would appreciate that these days.
That's true. We can make up your wheelchair like that.
Yeah, I can always put
wheelchair.
I can always put like the American insignia on it too, but yeah, trick it out like a fighter.
You'd be the World War I flying ace. That's what he calls himself.
Put a couple of biplane wings on it. I always loved a biplane. Always would love to have flown in a biplane.
Sonic versus Patty is a forward tomboy, but she is a good kid. Lucy is domineering. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know about those good intentions for Lucy.
Lucy is domineering. Good intention. Okay, well, she does get paid. She does. It's a nickel to get some.
That sound of cold hard cash.
But see, she does take control. She's like, "Let's go, guys. Time to go."
Mm-hmm. She's no Joe Pipkin though.
No, I don't think they really rally around her. I just think they're scared of her.
Exactly. I liked in the Christmas one. She's like, "I'm the Christmas queen."
Yeah.
You do think I'm beautiful, don't you, Charlie Brown? You didn't answer right away. Sweet.
Has anyone ever done a grown up? Well, I know they did like the weird, funny one, like when like Charlie Brown goes like crazy and
the horror one,
the horror version. Has anyone ever done like a grown up Peanuts thing? Like what would they be like when they were adults? Like
I don't think anything serious.
Yeah, like I wonder if Sally's love for Linus would last.
I do think it's sweet how Sally is so loyal to Linus throughout the whole. Well, not throughout the whole thing, but They did do a. This is, and I did a review of this at one point. poor Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
But Dan
Oh,
DiDio,
yeah.
he thought he was so clever one time, writing a little Halloween story for the Blue Devil, who's a DC hero, in which he made Charlie Brown and Linus grown-ups having sacrificed Snoopy for the Great Pumpkin to come and give him the redheaded girl, or woman at this point, so he could take her away. I'm like, really, DiDio? You have no heart, man. You have no heart. Everything must be deconstructed. Nothing sacred for you.
That's
Good day,
sick.
sir. It is sick. He's a demented soul. He truly is.
Now I can see you doing like a weird story if you want to do a weird story, but you don't need
It's
to do
just
it
straight
with
up
Charlie
DC Comics
Brown.
universe story. Yeah.
You don't need to do it with Charlie Brown. Now, like I said, I know you hate deconstructed superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, when you got something like The Boys, which I watched today was the season finale that dropped. But at least they're original characters.
How
That's
original are they? They're analogs, thinly veiled analogs.
They're analogs, but they're not Superman. And they're like, they're a little all over the place. But I mean, how many superpowers are there when think about it.
I love how Snoopy's always trying to mac on Lucy.
Yeah, I know. Now Schroeder's the man.
Schroeder's not interested in any women. He's just about his art. That's all he's there for, is his art.
but I'll tell you one thing: when he does hit puberty, though, knowing the piano, that's going to help him. See, I love. This is my favorite Snoopy. Like I said, the aviator cap, the scarf, and the little cane crop thing.
Agent Boomer says Peppermint Patty is the most like his personality. I don't see that at all. I don't see you as a Peppermint Patty. Maybe I just don't know that side of you. Are you into sports, Agent Boomer? That's something you've never divulged. She's really into sports.
Oh, he used to like Franklin. Franklin used to be his favorite.
Franklin has one of my favorite lines in part 2 of the Christmas one, when Peppermint Patty's freaks and forgets her lines and starts doing all the barn animals. Franklin is Gabriel. He's like, I am Gabriel, Mary, and I could not hear you, for that pig was too loud.
Santa Gravers is saying beagles are like this in real life. My grandfather used to have beagles. Those were the dogs he had. I remember Queenie and Brownie. And Queenie was Brownie's mom. And my mom told me of a few other ones, but I always liked Queenie and Brownie. Brownie, they were sweet dogs. I like a beagle because they do remind me of my grandfather.
Sally. She's like an upset date. It's like, no one invited you.
Yeah, I know.
You were supposed to take me dancing.
But look, I like how she reaches out to him.
I know. The moon is following Snoopy. I tell Alyssa that. It's like, Alyssa, why does the moon follow Alyssa? She says, because Alyssa is a princess. It's like, that's right.
Boom. And I love how they draw with the little like circular things. Now, it makes me wonder, where did he get the idea for the Great Pumpkin? Did his parents introduce it to him, or because you gotta have heard it. He's gotta have heard it somewhere.
Some mischievous uncle, I bet.
Yeah. Well, I can say that. I once had a younger cousin of mine. I convinced him I was in Star Wars. I was Porkins.
Nice.
I was like, I was Porkins. And I had And I had this big medallion. I had this big medallion I'd gotten at a Shakespeare festival thing. I was like, see, I survived and I made it back, and they gave me a medal too. And he was like,
Oh wow.
wow.
That's awesome.
I love naive kids.
That's awesome.
Taylor Harris sees himself as Snoopy because he identifies with dogs.
The fury of a woman who's been cheated out of trick or treat.
Yeah. Not trick or treat, tricks or treats. I like how they say tricks or treats.
No treats. Trick.
Uh-oh. He said if. He blew it.
Yep.
He's doomed.
If.
Sounded great. Where some doctrines are strange. Big Al presents The Great Pumpkin. One of those doctrines. That's funny.
Angie River says maybe he's not like Peppermint Patty, but he thinks they are. Well, you know, you always see yourself in a certain way. I wouldn't have thought that myself, but you know.
Yeah, I see myself a little in Charlie Brown. I think that's why I like him.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that before at a medieval event. Just lay down, put a blanket over me.
At least Lucy is taking care of her little brother. Finally,
yeah,
the heart.
That is sweet. Boom.
Lie down, you stupid little brother.
Man, no posters on the wall, nothing.
I know, rather dreary bedroom. I do love the wall scenes, the contemplating life over the wall.
Mm-hmm. That's ammunition for your tricks, my friend.
Nope. That's right. Keep the faith, Linus.
Yeah. He is, if nothing, a loyal believer in The Great Pumpkin. That's right. Original score by Vince Guaraldi.
Mm-hmm.
Love the Christmas album is classic.
Yep, I got that.
Just a great album, and this one's good too. Like just lots of just little piano, like jazzy, like Sound Engraver said. I would like to have heard a little bit more about what she thinks about that.
Yeah, it's just a jazz trio for the most part. It's just Vince and a bassist and drummer.
Well, it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown from 1966. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I did. I love watching the old specials, the ones that I remember when I was but a little Al, as opposed to the Big Al that I am today. Little Al loved his TV specials and everything like that. The one of course, now we're about to enter the Christmas season, and I know everybody's going to go, but it ain't even Halloween yet. Hallmark starts their Christmas season October 24th, I believe, or 25th, 24th. Yeah, I think, a week before Halloween, they start their Christmas films. And I will say I will probably never sleep as well as I do during that time, because I love to be able to put on a Christmas movie at night and fall asleep, and wake up in the middle of the night, have to do some business. Christmas movies on. I don't wake up to having Full House on.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's much wrong with Full House. I'm just over it. Been there, done that. Don't need to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I usually go to sleep to watching Mom. I don't know if anybody on.
You showed me some of that when I was there. Yeah,
Nickelodeon. But is it Nickelodeon? Whatever 50 is here.
Nick at Night. Is that even still a thing? Do they even do Nick at Night still?
I don't know if they call it Nick at Night, but it's I think it's Nickelodeon that time. It's the one that plays Friends all freaking night until 2 a.m, and then
I
they
remember
play
Nick
a couple other things.
at Night used to be great. They used to play actual classic TV, the Car 54, Dick Van Dyke Show,
Yeah,
Bewitched, all that wonderful old stuff. Not anymore.
like I said, you got to go to like Cozy TV for that now,
Or Me TV.
or Me TV for like the really good old stuff.
Yeah.
I wish we got Heroes and Icons because they have all the Star Treks on.
Oh, nice.
Every day, I think, or something like that. Then they have all like the hero, the kind of heroic, iconic shows.
That's
hence,
cool.
hence Heroes and Icons.
There you go. Makes sense.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm so glad you joined me watching it because I was wondering how this would have worked by myself. Talking about it, it's always good. It's always good having the two kind of commenting back and forth, and I'm glad to see that the chat seemed to enjoy it.
It's a classic. Hard to go wrong.
Yeah, you really could. Hale Harron says nothing says Christmas like Die Hard. Yeah, stick to your guns, buddy. Stick to your guns on that one. Never give a beagle your library card. Where did that come up from?
That was one of the cartoons. That was in one of the Peanuts cartoons, I think, isn't it? Sounds familiar.
I don't remember that one. Sandra, don't know if she has a favorite kid. She loves Snoopy. I could see her being a Snoopy person. Like Woodstock too. I do like Woodstock. I do like Woodstock. Yeah. Woodstock is awesome. I don't like it when they have lots of Woodstocks. I just want one Woodstock.
It was adorable. The one that shows when Charlie Brown got Snoopy as a puppy. So cute.
Yeah. Santa Graver Schroeder was her favorite when she was a kid, but I've been a musician long enough to avoid musicians.
Yeah. Yes, Woodstock is great. John Engraver, definitely.
That is fun. Oh, and Woodstock is her favorite now she thinks about it.
I like how he's just Snoopy's little sidekick. Snoopy can just take a walk and go by the birdhouse and, hey, come on. Woodstock just falls in line.
Yeah, he falls in line and helps him out. And like if he needs something high, he can fly it on up. Not so gracefully sometimes, but he gets there.
It's true. True.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Christmas one, which is always a favorite. Yeah. I always love that little tree. But yeah, that's really all I had planned for the night. was those few things. Like I said, just wanted to kind of be sit on the fan man throne of fanitude for a while and keep his spot nice and toasty while he keeps his family safe, which of course is the only excuse he has for missing this Friday night is to get it
Did if I've shared it with the chat, if you guys have no interest in seeing it, I won't. But if I don't remember when or if I showed it to the chat, my jack-o'-lantern carvings. I do have a little folder on Facebook of them. But
okay, you all.
I can share it if people are interested in seeing it. But
I hit shit. Now, how do I have it?
I'll share it, and then you just let it on the screen. You just allow it.
Okay. Oh, I see. I can add it to stream. Is that
you added it? Yes, you did. There we go. That's Spider-Man, which actually didn't hold together for too long because I carved it wrong. Everything I cut out was supposed to be the parts left in. But it still worked. It worked enough for a picture.
I can say it looks awesome, but yeah, I could see where that would rot very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. But it was good. It was a good one. That's Jack Skellington. That was the first one I ever did, actually. It turned out really well.
That's awesome.
King. Yeah.
Yep. That's another rewatch. Now, you have a book that does this, or do you copy them off of?
I just look at pictures. I just do like Google images search and just find a good face or whatever that I think could work. Or some of them are patterns. Occasionally I'll look and see if I get a picture of a pattern. And then I just free draw it onto the pumpkin and carve it out.
Oh, wow. That's even more of a skill then.
I really am impressed by the people who do the shading, like where they'll carve just like a layer off the pumpkin so the light shines through in some ways. That's pretty cool. But
Yeah.
the Dark Knight himself, dude, that's your favorite. Batman. Mike Wachowski from Monsters.
Mike Wazowski.
That's right.
Mike Wazowski.
You could see that the teeth had come apart, so I had to put 2 toothpicks in to hold the teeth together because they actually broke. So toothpicks are a lifesaver.
I of course have a feeling that would look better if it was lit.
It did. Yeah, well, I didn't take the picture well enough when it was lit. But Mickey Mouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I see it.
That was a good pumpkin too. It was a good pumpkin for carving the Mickey Mouse one. So that worked out well.
It does look like a nice pumpkin.
It worked out well. And the Cheshire Cat. The Cheshire Cat.
Now that's cool. I do like that one.
Yeah, that was fun.
I can see that. Like I said, I'm more of a pumpkin being a head and then having a face as opposed to being an artistic
picture on it. Well, that's why this and the Mike Wazowski worked well for that. But Tinkerbell, that was for Alyssa. Didn't really like the way that turned out so much, but you can see it's Tinkerbell.
I can say it looks. Yeah, I can tell.
Silhouette.
Looks cool.
And then Oogie Boogie Man.
Oogie Boogie.
From Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oogie Boogie.
Oogie. Very cool. Yep, that's all. That's all I got.
That's all of them? Well, that's cool. And, yep, okay, there it goes. Well, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. I think
to add to the show.
I thank you very much. Yes. I don't want to stay too long because this has been a long week for me. Lots of streaming this week.
This is going into the night.
This is day 5.
You should keep it rolling till midnight at least. I think so. Yeah.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. Especially since I'm going again tomorrow. And of course, saying that, tomorrow night, please tune in to this same BAT channel, Big Al channel, the BAP channel, Big Al Presents channel. Same BAP channel, same BAP time, 10 o'clock p.m. For a rewatch of the classic comedy Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein, which I'm sure is out there in the ether somewhere. It might be on internet. It might be on Internet Archive. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I hope you have your copy. But some of the great iconic Universal monsters facing off against the iconic comedy duo of Lou Costello and Bud Abbott. So I'm looking forward to that one. I think also tomorrow night, is it Mr. Matchstick that does Saturday night? Sometimes
Wolf 10 Media.
Wolf 10 Media may be doing something tomorrow night. Not quite sure. On Sunday, Mr. Matchstick usually has something. I'm not quite sure what it is. I never know what Mr. Matchstick and Wolf 10 Media are up to.
They're Weeble watchers.
They're Weeble watch. They're watching anime. That's all I really know. And then, of course, tune into Aged Boomer's channel. And he will be doing Study Hall with Sound Engraver. No, not Sound Engraver. What am I talking about? Sound Engraver. Troy Pichelli. Hey, he may have Sound Engraver on one day. I don't know. But it'll be Aged Boomer with Troy Pichelli, and I believe Owen Lister is there this week, I believe.
I don't know. I don't know for sure.
I think Owen Lister is their third this week, so that'll be an interesting trio. Sunday night, of course, the Monday Night Muse after a 2-week sabbatical.
Yay!
Is back on Monday night to be our Muse once more. Sound Engraver around the 9:30 time, aroundish kind of thing, I believe. And what did she say she was doing? She's going
to talk about the different kinds of feedback that people should be prepared to take for their art.
And
Yes.
that is something that would be very helpful because not everybody's going to like what you're doing, as
Mhm.
I know for a fact. Sometimes
As I know, every time I ask Al, what do you think of this design? Needs work.
I am honest.
He's also very much a perfectionist when it comes to visuals. Like he needs
Very much.
balance. He needs it just right. Just right.
For those of you who appreciated my thumbnail for tonight's show, you should have seen how it took me longer to do that than this show is going to last. Just so you know. Uh, so you see, for every hour I do of a stream, I've at least got 2 hours in thumbnail work, thumbnail and icon, little avatars. But yeah, Sandy Graver's back on Monday. Tuesday night, Professor, what do we got?
Son of Frankenstein, the Tuesday Night Classics. That's the second to last one of the Universal Monsters. Son of Frankenstein, featuring the great Bela Lugosi as Igor, and of course Boris Karloff returning as the creature.
Yes, and a true tour de force by Bela Lugosi.
Oh yeah, really good.
I mean, he's great. He was great in Dracula, but as far as performances, this one is the great performance, I believe, of his career.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, Wednesday night, Daniel Herron. I don't know what's going on, Daniel. What you got? Put it in the thing. Sadly, we had a little issue.
Retry Dracula, or
I don't know. He wanted to do something. Him and Age of Boomer had something planned at around the 8:30 mark on Wednesday night. That's 8:30 Eastern. I don't know if he's going to do that or try Dracula again. We tried to do it this past week. Sadly, there was a streaming issue or a Google Play issue, and we had to stop. We were having a good time. I was enjoying it. I was actually liking the film better than I remembered it.
Mhm.
And so I'm hoping I get another chance. If we don't do it on there, I might end up just watching it one day when I have a spare 2 hours. And of course, following that, Green Lion Girl will be starting another game, which is, I forget.
Hitman. This
See, I don't know.
Hitman.
Hitman. That's right. Hitman.
On the 28th, she said she's going to start the Friday the 13th cabin one. So.
Oh, okay. Mr. Matching says Helsing Ultimate episodes 5 and 6 for the Sunday night we watch. So there you go. Mr. Matchstick has given us what he's doing. Agent Boomer and Daniel and Agent Boomer are going to be doing Psycho. That's what they were talking about doing.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, that's a
great rewatch. One we had always talked about doing. The professor wanted to do, and he just never scheduled it. So
yep. I'll get around to it at some point.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it eventually. So, and Thursday night, what?
The master of suspense stepping in and claiming horror for himself, and did the I guess that's the closest. That's the closest thing that I would watch that I really enjoy and love that you could call horror is his Psycho. That was just brilliant.
Yeah, that's
no gore except for the blood that you saw. Yeah,
I can say that's probably the most intense, one of the most intense films that you really prefer like anyway.
Hitchcock is amazing.
Yeah, it's I mean, Hitchcock. So you got to really say some people. Some people are so good you don't even have to use the last name. Hitchcock, right. Spielberg, Lucas. Thursday night we are going to be doing chapters 7 through 14 of the Halloween Tree. So we're going to be doing the middle third. Of the book.
Everyone seemed to like that a lot last week, so we'll continue the story and delve into it more. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Enjoying that greatly. And next Friday, God willing, and hopefully no hurricane with any other Greek letter comes along, take the fam in. Hopefully we'll be back on Friday night and be doing another Friday night fright flick. and I believe he wants to do Dracula Prince of Darkness. So tune in next week for the film that was supposed to be tonight. And that's all I got. That's all I got to say. I ain't got anything else to say. If anybody has any questions, clarifications, snide remarks, now's the time to put them down.
Don't ask for snide remarks while Daniel Herron is here.
I always have to answer. I always like to. It's like questions, comments, snide remarks. I heard that somewhere, and it's always stuck with me. But I want to thank the professor for joining me. Took a little of the edge off. It's always nice having somebody to bounce stuff off of.
You were doing great, but I just figured I'd join in and
I was ready to go, and I think I'd have been fine, but always glad to join. It's always good to know that Sidekick is ready and willing to be there for you. Like I said, I want to thank the Fan Man for letting me have his spot and entrusting me with the Fan Man Tonight brand for 1 week. Hopefully I've earned the right to maybe do it again if ever the need be.
Hey, speaking of that, what did you think of Last Jedi?
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, Fan Man. Moving along. We won't even talk about it.
We made it an hour and 27 minutes without you bringing up Last Jedi.
Well, this just reminded me of that one time that you and Fan Man were just doing the Fan Man Tonight alone, and I was in chat, and he had technical difficulties and couldn't get back in, so it was just you. And that was the last time you had his show hijacked. And I started asking you all these questions in the chat about The Last Jedi to get you to start talking about it. And you totally took the bait and you start talking about it. And then Fan Man in the chat is going, son of a, oh my gosh.
Well, technically, we are on my channel.
That's true.
But I am under the Fan Man Tonight banner. So I will simply say I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Please tune in tomorrow night for Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein at 10 o'clock right here on Big Al Presents. Same BAP time, later BAP time, but the same BAP channel. And I want to thank everyone for being here. I hope you weren't bored with what I had to do, and I do want to thank the professor for being here. Any last words, my friend? Batman.
I will say Big Al.
Big Al. Well, see, nobody told me that, so what the hell am I supposed to know?
Bye.
Bye, guys.